in this time. Before we begin, can we just go around, just introduce ourselves, say our names, which school you're going to, and just kind of take this time and share who you are.
So hi, I'm Brianna. I'm committed to Northwestern University and I'm planning on majoring in radio, television, and film.
Hi, my name is Toby. I'll be going to Florida College and I'll be majoring in philosophy.
Hi, my name is Brian and I'll be going to USC studying environmental studies.
Hi, I'm Daniel Song. I'm committed to Vanderbilt University and my intended major is economics.
Hi, I'm Isabel Lee and I'm going to University of Michigan and I'm going to study chemistry in University of Michigan.
So let me ask you the first question. Here's the first question. What made you decide your major? What influenced you to pick that? Daniel, could you share with us why you chose your major?
Yeah, since I was young, I was just really fond of transforming my ideas into action. And throughout my years in high school, I realized that business was the best means to do that. And while I wanted to study business, I didn't really want to confine myself into the area of business. So I was looking for a major that would allow me to study across different disciplines. And I believe that economics is one of those interdisciplinary subjects. And I'm also interested in politics and law, so that's why I chose economics. And I really believe that this major will expand my knowledge by studying different disciplines.
Okay, great. Isabel, how about you? What made you choose your major?
I'm not like 100% sure like what major exactly I'm gonna like major in after 4 years of college, but I think if I study chemistry, since all these science majors are very interrelated to each other, I think chemistry can make me realize what I really want to study in graduate school or in the future. And even though there are like lots of different kinds of ways you can approach the problems, I think it is very attractive how you have one answer rather than like you have to just memorize it or you have very broad kind of answers. So I think I was very attracted to that kind of characteristic of chemistry.
Thank you. How about you?
Oh, well, I think Isabel made a really great point because for me, while I was deciding what to major in, I try to think what major would really highlight my unique feature and kind of strength. I think since we can always change our major when we once got into college, I think while we are in the process of like building our application, it is important to consider what type of or what discipline will really underscore and highlight my unique strength and feature. And I think like for anyone who is struggling to find their major, I think that's an important thing to consider.
I think a commonality that all of us have in this room is that we're really ambitious and don't want to be confined in a single subject, just like Daniel said. And that's like one of the reasons I decided to go into philosophy, because as like a lot of my peers, I am planning to go to grad school, preferably law school. And I guess I really wanted to learn how to think and learn in college in itself without studying a particular discipline, and just see how to work in that discipline and how to earn money. So I decided to go into philosophy because it helped me understand like all the facets of the world and how it actually turned around and just the nature of human beings itself, rather than actually having to study a subject that I needed to work in. So I think that was my main purpose when deciding a major.
I've always been happy of helping others and just serving others just to help them out. I used to do a lot of like just peer counseling for my peers, but I always one day I just had a question about then who can help the environment. It was just like a question that I had in mind. And maybe because it was due to my nature-friendly environment when I was young, I used to go to a lot of nature trips with my family. And with the urgency of the climate crisis also factored as a pursuit for my interest in environment science.
Okay. How about you, Toby? Is there anything that you did in school or outside that helped you with making your decision? I know you decided in the middle, but what activities or events did you take advantage of?
I think the fact that I participated in a lot of administrative events and like actually taking charge of things, planning things, and actually executing them. As I did those things, I kind of came to realize that the important thing that I needed to learn was not just simple information to be processed and to be used, but rather how to actually put myself in this position where I can adapt quickly and think quickly, rather than like having to just simply study, I guess. So I think that's probably the main factor that I used to make my decision.
Yeah, I have a lot to say, but well, in Fayston, I gained a lot of hands-on experience. So, in my junior year, I had this idea with my friend, and we wanted to make it into a business. So I took the idea to the leadership teachers, and they gave us, why not start a company? So the school actually provided us an office and a seed investment, and then we were able to actually establish and found a company, and my friend and I ran the company for about a year now, and through that I gained a lot of hands-on experience, such as meeting with investors, meeting with business partners, actually participating in a lot of administrative stuff with legal documents, and those kind of things cannot be bought with money. Like, even though as a high school student I had a lot of limits, the Fayston experience really gave me that courage to take a step further and really put myself into the external world where the hands-on experience really matters.
It's very interesting. That's quite interesting. Okay, so how about you? Is there anything that you feel you've done or used for your advantage?
I think throughout my high school life, I learned about myself more. So as I went to Fayston and I met many people, I learned about very like life lessons. So I think I became more rational and more realistic throughout meeting lots of different people. I think I grew up very mentally throughout all the experiences I faced. So I think as my characteristic or my personality has become more rational and like realistic, I think it made me more like about very STEM related things, which is also very realistic and rational somehow. So I think those kind of characteristics made me just go deep into some certain areas rather than like going to broad areas. So yeah.
Thank you. Brianna, well, I know you filmed and
Yeah.
had a book, but what did you do?
Well, I did, in fact, did a lot of extracurricular activities. And one of the things I want to emphasize, though, is that I think a lot of us already mentioned that what really deeply remained in our memory is the interactions that we had with people, the people around us, our friends, our peers, and our teachers. Those memories are the really things that impacted me the most. We did so many crazy activities. Like, we literally built a company together, and we filmed the movie with teachers who are currently filming this video. And I really had a blast. Those interactions and experiences that I made with these people really enabled me to convey that depth in my application. So yeah, I think it's really important to just have fun, might as well, while we're in college doing like different activities. Yeah.
Just to go a little deeper with this question, and anyone can answer. Is there anything you think that, wow, this was really useful for me? as a student? Is there anything like that for you guys that it comes to your mind right now?
Go to your headmaster and ask for resources because like if you try you can get some even if you can't get like everything you want from the school. And definitely go try if you have a specific plan or like you have a goal that you want to reach. If you really have a plan and you present them in a right way, I think our headmaster's kind of philosophy is to just support them, just be a really good benefactor to like all the students in our school, which is I think is the most like the greatest thing about our school is that it's so free and like students can initiate stuff and actually do stuff, execute them as like Daniel did, all the students did in our school. So I think you should really take advantage of that if you come to Fayston. Yeah.
In ninth grade, I was already interested in business, and I had this friend who was interested in fashion, and he wanted to create a nonprofit organization. So he said, Daniel, would you help me on this? And I said, okay, so where are the resources? So we actually had a meeting for over 3 months, and then we had this plan. But the thing is, we did not know how to actually execute this. So we actually took this idea to the headmaster's office. So we knocked on the door, and the headmaster greeted us, and then we told all our problems, and he gave us this really good solution. And with that solution, we built on step by step, and now it has become a nationwide charity organization. And also, through the process, I had a lot of ups and downs with my friends, but because I had that mentor, he guided us and gave us solutions anytime. And I think that's a really crucial part of experiential education.
So to kind of go piggyback off what you're talking about, you both talked about a very specific individual. Who do you think, influenced and had a good impact on you? A teacher, a staff, anyone? Who's that person for you? Maybe we'll start with Isabel this time.
When I first heard this question, I could think about Miss Sophia, who was my science teacher, and Miss Heather was my math teacher. And when I first came to Fayston, I didn't even know that I was gonna major in STEM, and I thought I should not major in STEM because I hated science before I came here. But Miss Sophia was one who made me get interest in science. And because of their encouragement, I could become confident about my math skills, like even more confident. So I'm really thankful about those teachers who made me come through all the way until here. Now I'm majoring in chemistry, so.
Vincent, do you have anything?
To be honest, before I became a sophomore, I had kind of like difficulties adapting to this environment because I was previously attending a middle school in Korea, which has a different community and different style of learning, I guess. And at that time, I wasn't that open to like anyone. I went through some hardships, and it was a difficult time for me. And at that time, Ms. So became my homeroom teacher, and she really became my life mentor in a way because I've really learned how to endure these hardships. And regarding Miss Jessa, I've learned AP Bio from her, and she was really good at teaching AP Bio. That's when I really noticed that I have to go for this STEM-related major.
Thank you. Toby?
I guess Miss Grace, of course, taught me how to articulate and construct my thoughts into coherent writing and speech. And of course, all those skills were probably the most essential part of my college application and my life to come in the future, as well as Mr. Ken's AP seminar and research taught me how to ask the right questions and how to navigate through a load of information to figure out which one is the correct one, which one is the most applicable to every situation. The activity I joined the most in the school was orchestra, and I've always been throughout the multiple schools I've transferred in and out of. I guess it's the biggest organization in Fayston right now, and the pure passion that she organizes everything with, and the fact that I get to enjoy my last year at Fayston here with the orchestra instead of just like a small tightly knit but still small organization of instruments. I think that's really what got me through the harshness of senior year in its whole. And I really like to express my thanks for Miss Anna for making a wonderful part of my life.
How has your experience been with your friends and your peers at the school? Toby, you want to begin this time?
I mean, obviously, our grade was the grade impacted the most from COVID. It started like during our second semester of ninth grade, and we had like online class for the entirety of like 2-3 years. And I mean, we got to see our faces a lot, like on camera, right in the face. But other than that, we couldn't meet up a lot. And when we did, it was in like the middle of junior year, busy studying for APs, preparing for college, all that. So I think in that process, like because we prepared together, like staying late after school for like yearbook and other projects, as well as just going to cafes and writing together, studying together. I think those are the true highlights, I guess, with our friends rather than like having actual trips or memorable like events that happen. I think the journey itself was probably the most memorable part, not the like pure highlights and peaks of the relationship.
Danny, did you feel supported by your peers?
Yes, community is a big part of me. So basically, I can basically say hi to everyone in this campus. That's how that's how close this community is. And I think that allowed me to really focus on what I like without being interrupted by other relationships. Yeah, so I was able to meet a lot of good people because I have such a big group of people, such a big group of friends, and each of them influenced me in a certain way. Yeah, Fayston feels like home to me.
I think like I can't generalize this to everyone, but at least someone who are really close to me, I think we weren't really that competitive. Like rather than trying to be competitive and being like better than others, we try to help each other if we have exams or like projects or even just assignments. We were like working together, and not that we copy and pasted others' work, but we were trying to help. So like if we could not understand some concepts, then we could help each other and try to understand by our own rather than just going straight to teachers and ask the questions directly. Yeah, besides studying, I think we still had really great chances to bond all together. So I think that's how we could enjoy our high school life.
Thank you. Yeah?
I genuinely think the friendship that I built in this school and like with my friends and my teachers and staff members is like the most grateful thing that I've got from the school, because I think with these people here, I think I'm gonna maintain this relationship really like in a long term. So, and I think these people really inspired me and taught me a lot in terms of my personal growth. And we really made a lot of memories that I would definitely cherish all throughout my life. So yeah, I think the friendship here that I built with these people is just the best thing I got from this.
그 advertise